But doing my research, I came to the realization that most ghosts are from the 1800s. Like anytime you hear about a ghost story, it's usually like, oh yeah, that's Mabel. She died in 1806 from seasonal allergies. You don't ever hear about a 1997 ghost? You've never heard the story. Oh yeah, that's Stacy. She died in 97. She was crossing the street while checking her pager. I like scary movies. You guys like scary movies? Yeah. Love scary movies. I mean, sometimes they're a little predictable, you know? Like you can always tell when the ghost is gonna come on the screen because the music changes. It turns into like creepy classical music or Johnny Cash. But not if your ghost was Stacy. Nah, if Stacy was your ghost, she'd wake you up in the middle of the night with no scrubs. No scrubs. Never gonna get it, never gonna get it. Never gonna get it. Whoa, 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 whoa. Stacy's creepy. If I got to pick which kind of ghost I wanted to haunt me, I would pick a millennial ghost. A millennial ghost named Dylan. He has a man bun. When you're being haunted, your personal things go missing. So all my hair ties would disappear. Dylan. They say if you're being haunted by an evil spirit, people have reported the smell of something foul, like sulfur. But if Dylan was haunting you, you'd wake up to the smell of fresh roasted coffee beans. Organic fair trade. Could you imagine waking up every morning to the smell of coffee? And then you run to the kitchen, and there's never coffee. Dylan. Or maybe it was a girl millennial ghost named Dylan. She wears her hair in a messy bun. Yeah, I'd probably pick her to haunt me, because she'd probably just forget to scare me because she was on her phone. She just tweet me a boo emoji. Hashtag scary. Hashtag right behind you. I grew up watching scary movies and scary TV shows. My favorite TV show growing up was Unsolved Mysteries. Right? That was my show. And like I would watch it when I was home alone by myself because that made it scarier. As soon as that theme music started, whoo, forget it. I'm not going to pee till my mom gets home. Even now as an adult, if I'm home alone watching something scary on TV, and then I got to walk all the way down the hallway to the bathroom, I'll start singing praise and worship songs for protection. Jesus loves me, this I know, for the Bible tells. You gotta get aggressive. You gotta get aggressive with the ghost. You gotta let them know you ain't playing no games. Oh, you think this a game, ghost? Oh, you trying to scare me? Well, you didn't see me over here with my Merlot taking my communion? Blood of Christ! Been touring for 15 years, and my favorite thing to do on tour is eat good food. It's my favorite thing to do. Like everywhere we go, we try to find the best food. And we want to find that local, family-owned, you can only get this right here type of place. You know what I'm talking about? So everywhere we go, we get the best food. Except when we went to Birmingham, Alabama. I'll tell you what happened. We get to Birmingham, and I'm doing my thing where I'm just talking to people, asking people where we should go eat. Like, hey, where's the hot spot? Where do you go? I want to know. Let's go. This girl recommends a Mexican restaurant. I was like, "Aww. No, thank you." Because we're in Birmingham, Alabama. I don't want Mexican food here. Like, we're in the South. Take me where I could get some Southern food, like biscuits and gravy, shrimp and grits, butter on butter. But she said a Mexican restaurant. I was like, ooh, hard pass, thanks though. But then I started thinking about it, and I was like, you know what? Hold on. Let me not judge, okay? Because people know their city. They know what's up where they live. They know where to eat. They know the hot spots. So I was like, you know what? Let me not judge. Also, let me not limit my people, because maybe one of my people done immigrated over here. And maybe when he got here, he was like, keep going, don't look back. By the time he looked up, he's in Birmingham, Alabama. Is this California? Nah, you went the wrong way. Highway. But maybe he decided to stay. And maybe he started by making tacos on a little taco cart right outside of the nightclub. Everybody starts hearing about Jaime's Tacos. Hey, have you ever had one of Jaime's Tacos? Those are the best tacos I've ever had in my life. Jaime's Tacos, Jaime's Tacos. Maybe he is so popular, he opens up a taco truck. Hey, have you ever been to Jaime's Taco Truck? Those are the best tacos I've ever had in my life. Jaime's Tacos, Jaime's Tacos. Maybe he gets so popular, he opens up his very first restaurant in Birmingham, Alabama, Jamie's. Maybe that's what happened. So I was like, you know what? Let me not judge. Let me go ahead and check out this Mexican restaurant in Birmingham, Alabama. So we get there. As soon as I walk in, I notice that it's all white people, not one Mexican. Strike one. Listen, this is not about white people. This is about the rules of restaurants. Whatever restaurant you go to, whatever culture that restaurant is, if you do not see the people of that culture in that restaurant, leave. Because if they won't even co-sign on this, it's not legit. If you go to a Chinese restaurant and you don't see no Chinese people, girl, bye. Even if you see one Chinese guy, listen real close, he might be adopted, don't fall for it. You need 2 cosigns in that situation. I walk into this Mexican restaurant, I didn't have no cosigns. I became the cosign. I was like, oh man, we already drove all the way out here. Let's just give it a shot. We sit down. They charged me for chips and salsa. Strike 2. Everybody knows that chips and salsa are free. It is our gift to humanity. Oh, but not in Birmingham, Alabama. Chips and salsa, that'll be $2.75. Excuse me, please? I'm sorry, is Jaime here? If that wasn't bad enough, this next moment is where my life changed. I'm reading the menu, and it says they have guacamole and seasonal guacamole. I said, seasonal guacamole? What's that? Are there any Mexican people here tonight? Okay, let me ask you a question. Have you ever heard of seasonal guacamole? Me either. I never heard of it in my whole Mexican life. I didn't know what it was. I had to ask my waiter. I said, excuse me, sir? Yeah, Chad. Let me ask you a question. What comes in the seasonal guacamole? And he says, walnuts and candied apples. Y'all, I was personally offended. I could not believe they were doing this to my people. I knew I needed to say something. I needed to speak up. This was my si se puede moment. But we were in the South, so the only words that would come out of my mouth were, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. You take that guacamole back to the pit where it came from. I do not receive that. Get under my feet, devil.
I had a big birthday last year. I am born in October, Scorpio, and people have bad impressions of Scorpios. They say things like Scorpios are full of revenge and jealousy. They've been saying that to me since I was 7. They're like, you're wild in the sack. You're like, am I? And then you just grow into it, you know? But I'm tired of horoscope prejudice. I am tired of it. And one thing you can do is I wrote down an evil historical figure for all of the other 11 star signs. So then when they give me guff, I can be like, oh, and you're a Capricorn? Those are good. Kim Jong-un is a Capricorn. So that's a good one. Good for you. Way better than me. What's your horoscope, sir? Gemini. Right on. Let me see what we got here. Gemini. Ever heard of Jeffrey Dahmer? Watch out for this guy. How about you, sir? What's your star sign? Aries. Kim Jong-un's dad. And Logan Paul. Ouch. That hurts. That one stings. Anybody feel like you have a perfect horoscope? I see a hand over here. Leo, known for seeking attention. Yes. First hand up, just like Hermione in Charms. Mussolini. Roman Polanski. Watch out for her. I saw another hand right behind her.
Yeah, we're Leos too.
Oh yeah, both the Leos. Not one other hand in the room. That's beautiful. Horoscopes, they're so real, right? They're kind of true if you think about it. There's something to it. Yeah, it's because people have been telling them they want attention since they're 5 years old. And they're like, oh, okay, I guess I do. We'll do one more. Okay, how about you, sir? Aquarius, rare, 1 in 12. Very rare. Jeff Epstein. Watch out for that guy. Yeah, I don't feel old, but I did recently identify a bird, and that doesn't seem good. Is that a whippoorwill? Why do I care? And why do I have binoculars? I got into bird watching over the pandemic, went down to Central Park. At first I did it ironically. I was like, I'm so alone. 2 hours later, I'm like, Martha, look at that owl. Gorgeous. She's like, that's a robin. I'm like, I'm new. New kid on the block. But that is gorgeous. And I actually met a professional bird watcher. He gives birding tours. And I said, that sounds like a fun job. And he goes, well, you get a lot of egos. In bird watching? And he explained that people will brag about how many birds they've identified in their career. And the best part is how they verify they've seen a bird is they just say that they did. So I've seen every bird. Prove I haven't. All 10,000. Oh yeah? Where'd you see the cinnamon-breasted toady tyrant? Asheville. They only live in Tasmania. Yeah, I was surprised. I was like, weird. Here? Check. But if you ever meet an arrogant birder, you could actually have more fun if you went too low with your number. If they're bragging, just be like, I've only seen 2. Well, you've seen more than 2 birds. I wish. Yeah, it's just been pigeons and crows for me. It's super bad at it. How long have you been bird watching? 4 years. I don't know if I'm looking in the wrong places or what. I've seen chicken nuggets, but that doesn't count. I know. I like what PETA's doing. They're trying to remove animal violence from figures of speech. They want us to stop saying kill 2 birds with 1 stone, and they want us to replace it with feed 2 birds with 1 scone. And that's so sweet. And I could almost see it meaning sort of the same thing. And I want all of us to implement it immediately. The next chance you have, no explanation. Hey, while you're grabbing gas, could you grab some milk as well? Feed 2 birds with 1 scone. What? Just grab some milk with the gas, would you? 2 birds, 1 scone. But birds, a lot of them are gluten intolerant, so if you feed 2 birds 1 scone, you could kill 2 birds with 1 scone. Yeah. The violence remains. And I spend a lot of time in coffee shops. I know I didn't need to say that out loud to you, but I do. And scones will get rock hard about 2 hours after they were fresh. So you could even kill 2 birds with 1 scone, stone style as well. There's more than one way to skin a cat. I mean pet a cat. More than one way to pet a cat, this way and that. Tail and back. Whiskers. You can kill a bunch of birds if you have 1 cat. Mm-hmm. You sure can. You sure can. I was just in Arizona, and somebody told me to go see the petroglyphs. I didn't know what those are. We get out there, they're these ancient rock drawings, and there's a plaque that says, unfortunately, there's no way to translate what these mean today. However, this little squiggle might be a snake, and you're like, yeah, I could see that. And then they go, and this little circle might be a portal into another world. Wow, you really took some liberties on that one. No way to translate, but you're gonna guess portal off of that. Okay. You're not gonna guess that they were drawing a circle or the sun? Portal, all right. And this lady, I didn't see her standing right behind me, and she goes, don't you wish we could take a time machine and ask them what they really meant? And I think that's why I don't love talking to strangers. Because you have to be polite. You can't be honest and be like, actually, that would be a dumb reason to time travel. Spend trillions of dollars on fuel. Hey, we're here from the future. Me and this lady. We were so curious about this rock doodle that you did on this rock. Is that a snake? We're from the future. I was trying to draw a worm. It's a worm. Good thing we time traveled, Martha. Well, we're gonna head back to our time machine. Right through this circle. He's like, whoa. Cool portal. Wow, wrong about the snake, right about the portal. Didn't see that coming, Plaque. Didn't see it coming. Anytime time travel comes up, it's always a short walk to the baby Hitler paradox. Some of you familiar? It's the ethical debate. The ethical debate. Would it be better to, if you time traveled back to the moment Hitler was a baby, would it be better to kill baby Hitler or let him live? Classic ethical paradox. What would you do, sir? It's Hitler. You can save a lot of people.
Kill the baby. Kill the baby.
You're going to kill the baby?
Kill the baby.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. That's a fine answer. Now, you saved a lot of people, but it is a baby, and we do need to know how you would do it. You're a time-traveling assassin. You got to kill this baby. How do you do it?
Think about a time machine I'd get a seat further back.
Oh, yeah. I don't understand why you wouldn't want to field this question, sir. He's requested to move back further into the crowd where we will still follow up on the question. No, it's cool. It's just a special. It's just a special. It's just my first ever 1 hour special, and yeah, so pretty much the fate of it rests on you now. If you have a good answer, it's going to a big platform. If you don't answer, it's going to Quibi. What would you do?
Sorry, what's the question?
How would you kill a baby? Gosh, it's not that complicated. If I was the time-traveling assassin, I don't think I would be able to kill a baby. And that's fine if you would kill a baby. I just don't think I would be able to. That's just me. But I do think I would panic and bring it back to the time machine. Show up in the present. They're like, why do you have a baby? I'm like, it's Hitler. who's Hitler? I'm like, it worked. And now I just have baby Hitler? Is this why I never had kids? Was I meant to raise Hitler in the 21st century? I would try so hard to teach him to love. Find out if it's nature or nurture once and for all. He grows up, goes off to art school. I'm like, I'm so proud of you, baby Hitler. I still call him that. He calls me. He's like, I fell in love. I'm like, that away, baby. Love wins. I guess it is nurture over nature. A couple years later, he's like, she dumped me for a rabbi. I hate Jews. I'm like, easy, Hitler. Kanye was right. No, boy. That is not what we teach in the Zimmerman household. I'm actually not Jewish. A lot of people ask me if I'm Jewish because of my last name. I'm not. And that is something I would mention to Hitler just as a precaution. I didn't grow up with any real religion. My grandparents were super Christian, and my grandma, one of the first Christmases I can remember, she gave me one of the illustrated Bibles, all the greatest hits. You know the ones. Adam and Eve, the origin story of food shaming. I know when I eat apples, I'll smother them in peanut butter and honey. And afterwards, sometimes I'm like, I need to put clothes on. That was bad. That was naughty. I don't deserve happiness. But my favorite as a kid was always David and Goliath because, a little boy beats a giant. That's awesome. And looking back, that teaches a great lesson to kids, which is if your opponent is stronger than you, shoot them in the head. From a safe distance when they were not expecting it. Was that a fair fight, David, or a murder? I'm not sure. Not sure you can be the underdog if you're doing drive-bys. What'd you learn on that one, Joey? I learned that ranged weapons always defeat melee. Good.
Like, my favorite bag is the blue IKEA bag. It's my favorite bag, right? Strong, right? Durable. Right? The straps never break. And you could literally put anything in it. Right? Like during a hurricane, I just saw a brother just kayaking a blue IKEA bag. He put the straps up like this.
I was walking around my neighborhood, walked past a Girl Scout selling cookies at a table with her mom next door. I walked close to the table. I saw the Girl Scout was signing autographs for people. So I was like, oh, you a movie star? Her mom's like, her picture's on the box. I looked down at the box. Her picture was on the box. I'd never seen this before. I freaked out. Then I got a little competitive. I was like, well, the only reason I ask is I'm actually a movie star. I don't know what movies you've seen at your young age, little Janie, but I bet you saw one called Pootie Tang. You remember the guy in the car? You're talking to him. What about The Wrestler? Did you see that one, little Janie? Yeah. I got to go to the Venice Film Festival for the premiere, huh? I mean, they made me pay my own way, but when I got there, they let me watch a movie. Yeah, $3,300 flight. $700 for a tux, yeah. Anyway, give me a box of Samoas, make it out to Todd. Good to be back on stage at a real venue. Comics have been doing some weird gigs over this pandemic. Used to be you'd get a text from a comic, be like, hey, have you done that new club in St. Louis? Did they put you up in a nice hotel? Now it's like, have you done that fire escape show in Staten Island? How many hand washing stations do they have? Been tested for COVID like 38 times. At some point I realized it's something to do. I was like, oh, this is an activity, isn't it? This should be in Time Out New York's free stuff to do this week. I'd hear about a testing site that had an hour wait. I'd be like, all right, that'll work. Until I can find one with a 2-hour wait. Tried to make it a social event, called my friend Phil up. I go, Phil, let's go get tested together. It'd be great. We'll walk 6 feet apart, stand in line 6 feet apart. It'd be a great COVID hang. He's like, Todd, I don't need to get tested. I've been quarantining. And also, I need to go to the Apple store. You can do both those? Reminds me of the time I was in solitary confinement, needed to go to Supercuts. Went to get a COVID test, and nurse said, I'm going to swab each nostril for 10 seconds. This is the way she counted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I was like, you know, I'm a busy guy, but I did block off the full 20 seconds. Wasn't looking for express service on this. I'd hate to get stitches from you. I'm going to give you 10 stitches. 1, 2, 9, 10. Get out of here. I just freed up some time in your day to show off your gaping wound. People got mad if you got the vaccine too soon. You hear these conversations, you get vaccinated yet? Yeah. Oh, how'd that happen? Oh, I have asthma. Oh, you have asthma. That's interesting. I'm saying I've known you for 2 hours. You've never mentioned that you have asthma. Got mine a little early, got my sticker saying I got vaccinated, posted on Instagram, thought people would be happy for me somewhere. Others were like, I want to know how you got that vaccine. Then someone else would write in, yeah, I was about to ask him that myself. Then the third person would be like, you guys both beat me to the punch on this one. How did he get that jab? It's like, calm down, fellas. I'm about to post a screenshot of my medical records. It is your business. I was really good about wearing my mask. Gotten a few actual altercations with anti-maskers. Cannot believe how brave I was. I'd be at Bed Bath & Beyond and be like, hey, you. I'm talking to you, 17-year-old stock clerk. See the guy by the salad spinners? No mask, get him. Yeah, grab that set of carving knives. That's a big dude. You're a little guy. And I'm headed for the exit. I'm not even gonna pay for these scrub daddies. I was in Burlington, Vermont, got into a taxi, and I saw the driver didn't have a mask on. I said, do you have a mask you can put on? He's like, I do, but you're not gonna like it. I was like, oh yeah, I think I am gonna like it. Please pull out the hilarious novelty mask. This guy pulls out a mask and says, Biden is as useless as this mask. Oh, you got him. Powerful stuff. He's gonna be sad if he ever reads that, if he's straddling your rearview mirror. Then the guy said, this new variant, it's just bronchitis. That's what my doctor told me. Oh, was your doctor adjusting your back while he told you that? Yeah. Subtle chiropractic reference. Always brings the house down. Good year for doctors to be on TV. Sanjay Gupta, oh my God, they put that guy to work. Especially early on in the pandemic, he'd be on CNN like, hi everyone, I'm Sanjay Gupta, I'm a neurosurgeon. And today I'm gonna teach you how to sanitize a Nutri-Grain bar. I repeat, I'm a neurosurgeon. I do brain surgery. I could be doing brain surgery right now. In fact, someone isn't getting brain surgery because I'm standing here with a tub of Clorox wipes about to teach you how to do something you don't actually need to do. But more on that in 8 months. Had to learn how to cook during the pandemic, went on TikTok for recipes. Every recipe on TikTok is speed-oriented. Like, do you want to make a 25-second breakfast? Start the clock. I started to embrace the idea of cooking, but then there's always that ingredient deal breaker. I'd be watching the chef on the screen, and I'm like, oh, come on, man. You think I have rice vinegar? You know I don't have rice vinegar. Look at me, you know I don't have it. 3 people in the world have rice vinegar. You and your 2 roommates. Realized how lazy I was about cooking. I'd read the directions on a microwave burrito. I'd be like, heat on high for 1 minute, then flip over. I didn't go to Le Cordon Bleu Culinary Academy. I'm gonna see if I can slam this out in 1 step. No basting. Glad we're eating out again. I've had some great exchanges with waiters and waitresses over the years. There's an actual exchange I had with a waiter at an Italian restaurant in New York City not too long ago. Hi, is it possible to get a decaf espresso? You're the worst. Okay. I don't mean to be all lawyerly, but that was a yes or no question. But if you want to go with you're the worst, that works fine. Anyway, give me a decaf espresso with a big spoon of ketchup in it. Now I'm really bad. I was in a diner in Oklahoma. I ordered a salad, and she goes, what kind of dressing? I said, Italian. She leaned in and whispered something to me, but I didn't understand her. I go, what's that? She goes like, it's not good. What's not good? The Italian dressing. It's not good. It's not good. What's not good about it? It's not that tangy. Maybe you and I have different standards for tangy. Which dressing should I get? I'd go with Thousand Island. I don't like Thousand Island. I'll have the Italian. Are you sure it's not good? What part of it's not good, don't you understand? We'll end that one right there. There was like 4 points I could have gotten out of that joke, and I just kept going. Felt so comfortable with you guys.
I grew up with a thick Wisconsin accent, but I had no clue I had a Wisconsin accent until Siri first came out. Remember that? I was like, hey there, Siri, how in the heck are you? Hey, tell your folks I says hi. Listen, I'm looking for directions to the nearest Fleet Farm, okay? I think they got one over there by the Quick Trip, and honestly, I gotta fill my gas, okay? So why don't you get me directions to Fleet Farm, and then the Quick Trip, and if there's a Culver's in between there, I won't be mad, okay? And you know, there are a lot of other iPhone users out there, and I want you to know that I know that. So if you got to, go ahead and get to me last, okay? Boop! Dialing 911. You are having a stroke.
I do the dating apps and stuff, all of them. I see all the same girls on all the different apps. I'm like, hey, it's me again. You want to talk here? Still no? Okay. dating apps just ruined dating for me. Like when I first started doing them, like I would match with a girl and we would chat a little bit and then we would meet at like a bar or restaurant and like get to know each other, and that led to a few longer term relationships, you know? But then somewhere along the line, like I matched with a girl and I was like, do you want to go to a restaurant and get to know each other? And she's like, do you want me to just come over and watch TV? And I was like, yeah, that's fine. And then she came over and then we had sex on my couch and it was awesome. And then I matched with another girl later and she's like, do you want to meet at a restaurant and get to know each other? And I was like, you want to just come over and watch TV? And she was like, no. And I was like, well, then I'm not interested. So I'm missing out on like all these potentially awesome girls because they're like afraid of being murdered or whatever. Which statistically, I mean, I would probably have a better chance of getting away with it if we were out in public somewhere. Because if you're just at my place, they're gonna like look at your phone and stuff and be like, well, the location says you were here and nobody else was here except him, so he's suspect number one, you know? But if we're just out in public somewhere, I can just fucking just chink and just run into the crowd. And be like, I didn't see nothing. I'm just saying, you know, statistically, you're safer just coming over. I'm gonna add laughs to that one. I said it good, but you guys didn't. You didn't deliver your line the way that you were supposed to. Does everybody have their scripts in front of them? All right. Your line is, ha 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 ha. Now, what else? I went on a date with a girl and she was wearing high heels and she got drunk and she fell down. 5-second rule. A lot of people just laugh at that joke because it's silly, but it's actually a oral sex joke. In case you didn't understand. I took a shower before I got here today. It was mostly a butthole shower, but everything else could have gone another day. I was like, no, you never know. I don't want that to be the thing she talks to her friends about. That's one of those things you can't talk about when you're on a date or whatever. Like, I don't want to do anything with a girl unless she has showered more recently than she pooped. But you can't just be like, let me ask you a question. It's just one of those things that you gotta like be lucky on and be like, hell yeah, all right. Or you're like, oh no. That's why people think that people like doing it in the shower, but they don't. They're like, well, just why don't you come in here for a minute? Let's do some sexy butthole things. There you go. Use the soap. It's hot. It's hot to me. All right, I don't know. I think the volume of cum should be more respected. Because it's different depending on what you've been doing, you know? If you jerk off today, then you come tonight, it's going to be less than if you didn't jerk off today. And I feel like girls should be like, good job. Right? But they're not. I don't know. It's not fair. Like, that should be a pickup line, you know? I'm like, hey, girl. Oh, like, I've been at my sister's for the last week, haven't touched myself at all. I like when I watch porn, when a girl in porn looks like a girl that I know in real life. That's always cool. But I don't like it when a girl that I know in real life does porn. That's weird. I can't talk to her like a normal person after that. She's like, hey, Mike, how's comedy going? And I'm like, your butthole gets really big. How do you make it do that? It's amazing. I think I'm just too picky, you know? I mean, not when it comes to just sleeping with girls. I'll fuck any of you. No, I'm just kidding, but a good amount of you, though. There's a difference, though, between just, like, hooking up with somebody and, like, wanting to be with somebody, you know? And I always just find something that I'm like, not that forever. I was dating this one girl for a while, and everything was awesome, and we were sitting on her couch watching TV, and her cat was there, and it was meowing at us, and it was super annoying, and she was like, will you shut the fuck up? And just her look of like, grrr, and I was like, nah, she's gonna look at me like that one day. I don't ever want to see that face again over something as big as a cat's meow. But you don't know until it happens, and you're like, that for sure. And then my friends are like, what do you look for in a woman? And I'm like, well, she can't look at cats wrong. I never knew how important that was, but it is. I'm sober from alcohol. I'm high as fuck, but those are different. I really did quit drinking. On May 18th, it was 8 years that I haven't drank booze or anything, so that's cool. Yeah, that's whatever. Most of you are drinking. I don't know how much I need your support, but you're just a room of drunks. Yeah! You fucking did it, buddy. Cool, thank you. Nah, I had to quit, man. I was too good. I was too good at it. Everybody always got jealous of how awesome it made me. So I quit for their benefit. Nah, I just blacked out all the time, and I would do dumb shit, and then everybody would hate me the next day, and they'd be like, you should be ashamed of yourself. And I'd be like, I am, but why? Like, I feel the feeling, I just don't know the details. I got busted for drunk driving twice. That sucked, both times. The first time really wasn't that bad, because I was drunk. I didn't care. I was like, take me to jail. I don't give a shit. The cop was like, yeah, no, that's where we're going. I was like, that's my favorite place. So good. Thank you. Because I love it there. I love the food there. I'm gonna eat a ham sandwich and an apple. And it's gonna cost me $19,000. It's that level of drunk where you're proud of shit. It's the same level of drunk where you think having your eyebrows up means that your eyes are still open. What? I'm up, dude. Get in, I'm driving. My friends are like, you can't even walk. I'm like, I don't need to walk to drive. I hope you're capturing that on the recording. All right. This special's gonna be 9 hours long. 8 of them are gonna just be her going. I'll give you all the time you need. It's no big deal. They always got me with the sobriety tests and stuff, you know? They're sneaky about it. A lot of those tests aren't even a real test. They just know that if you try the thing, that you're probably drunk. Right? So they'll be like, how many cartwheels can you do? And if you're sober, you're like, cartwheels? Why? But when you're drunk, you're like, start counting. sitting in the back of his car. What was wrong with him? I was straight up and down. What was wrong with the way I crab walked around your car? He's like, I didn't even ask you to do that. I just looked down and you were crab walking. I had a cop one time, he just goes, can you touch both wrists together behind your back? And I was like, yeah, and then he just handcuffed me. I was like, oh shit, I thought that was a test. He got me. The second one I got from a canine cop, and that's like dog cop, you know. There was a human cop with him driving, and like doing a majority of the talking and stuff. It's weird, like if I'm driving, if a cop pulls me over and searches my car and finds drugs in it, and he does, he talks to me the same way that I would talk to my dog if I got home and saw that he shit on the floor. I'd be like, come over here, buddy. You want to tell me what the fuck that right there? Who's that? Is that where we do that? That is no. I'm like, rub my nose in it. One final time. All right. How's that part? Oh, the You're Funny girl got fucking booted, I guess, huh? That was my friend, actually, but that's all right. Are you political people? I'm not. I'm high a lot. So they've legalized weed, and I'm just like, we're good. Politics are covered. Now, the weirdest thing about politics for me is like the people that are in it want to be in it, you know? They're like chasing that power or money or whatever. I don't think you should want to do it. I think it should be like jury duty. Right? Like I'm just at my job at McDonald's and a guy in a black suit walks in, like, are you Mike Baldwin? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, you're senator for the next year. And I'm like, fuck! I don't want to do that. But then you'd be mad about it at least, you know? You'd get in there like, all right, what do I gotta fucking do? Fix potholes? That's what I would do. If I was running for anything anywhere, that would be my campaign, you know? Just like, potholes suck, huh? People are like, yeah, they fucking do. I'd be like, all right, let's fill them up. I don't know why that's hard. I know there's a guy with a truckload of pothole filler upper shit. What does that guy do all day? It's to get his ass out there. That was the political portion. Thanks. I know, I put a lot of research into it. My hairline's receding a little bit. What? I know, you probably can't even tell. I'm just self-conscious about it. No, I'm growing it out, man. I'm growing out my bang. I got one strong one left right there. I'm gonna grow it long. And then people will say stuff to me and I'll be like, what? I'll do this shit all the time. I don't know. I like doing this. I like doing comedy and stuff. I just be dumb and get money. It's awesome. It's better than having like real jobs. You guys have those and they suck. You gotta wake up and go to them and stuff and do them. That all sounds terrible.
I carry mints on me all the time. Sometimes just loose in my pockets. I'm fun. I'm walking into the restaurant with this girl, last date I went on before I met my wife, and I noticed that my shoe was untied. So I go to bend over to tie my shoe, and then 30 loose white mints come cascading out of my shirt onto the ground. And I panicked. I'm like, I gotta say something funny. So I just go, my teeth! No laughs. No laughs at all. I was like, we shouldn't even do this, right? She goes, no, we should not. Good luck. And she was an Uber.
Cop in St. Louis sued his own precinct because his boss told him, on the clock, by the way, tone down your gayness. That is a direct quote. Tone down your gayness, his boss said to him with an HR department. Are you out of your fucking mind? But that was a direct quote. That's what he told him. So this cop sues the department. He wins the case, as he should, by the way. You know how much he was awarded? $19 million. You hear what I just heard? I can tell you what I just heard. I have not been acting gay enough at my work.